Hello everyone, I am Kumardeep Boshak. Today I will be presenting our aerodynamics lab design project on the topic of advanced aerodynamic efficiency enhancement techniques for low speed aircrafts. So let's start with the project. I will briefly describe about the introduction, aim and motivation for this project. So as the name suggests, that is aerodynamic performance enhancement or aerodynamic efficiency enhancement. What does that mean? That is, we are only looking for the low speed aircrafts, and among the low speed aircraft, we are confining our search or our design only to the glider aircraft. That is, it glides without any application of thrust. That is, it glides in its own weight and has one of the simpler aerodynamics to understand. So therefore, we are looking for the performance enhancement of that. The existing glider design has generally tapered wing along with, and some of them has straight wing. But in glider wing, there is no winglet attached. So one point arises from there, because as winglet is not attached, and you know that addition of winglet reduces the wing tip vortices. So in this project we will also look and try to explain that how the winglets are necessary, or is it really necessary for a wing, that glider wing, is it for any type of wing design, it may be tapered or straight tapered wing. And another part is that a new modification of the wing structure. For the new modification of the wing structure, that is of course a new design part. One design part is the winglet addition, and another part is the new design modification. Now this new design modification strikes the idea that bio inspiration, that now you understand that this albatross wing or other types of bird, those are naturally selected, and you know from your natural everyday observation that this type of bird just flows over long distances, over seas, over land, everything. And mainly for albatross, I am telling, for albatross, their wing, it is not exactly that designed it for flapping potential. As you can see, for very long distances, they just flies with just easily gliding without any flapping. So that brings the idea of the glider design modification. So we will be looking into the albatross wing, because we don't find any other best design for a glider modification with respect to bio inspiration. And another reference to that is, you can see the right hand figure. For that, in the right hand figure, you can see, I will just specifically tell about the lift to drag coefficient to angle of attack, the bottom picture. In that plot, you can see the albatross wing, that is the blue plot, is higher than any of the other existing bird wing designs. So albatross has the highest lift to drag coefficient, and that is the aerodynamic efficiency. And also, if you just see the above two curves, that that is derived, of course, some simulation, that lift coefficient is highest for the albatross, and the drag coefficient is least for the albatross wing for low angles of attack. So nothing can be better than this albatross wing design to make a new design from the bio-inspired for our glider aircraft. So let's move on. And this is a nice landmark picture where you can see over see the albatross is flying, and side by side a glider is also flying. Of course, this is one is natural and another is artificial. So in case of the glider wing, you can see a tapered wing has been used without any winglet. But in case of albatross wing, it has its own wing structure and it is gliding, not flapping. So this is another motivation, that if we can modify our design or existing glider wing design to albatross wing, will it really better our performance or it will deteriorate? And also, that is not related to bio inspiration, that is addition of winglets. Because one point about the winglet, that winglet reduces the wingtip vortices, and the glider flows at much lower speed corresponding to the existing commercial aircrafts. It flies at much lower speed.
As we needed to have some baseline designs and data to enable us compare results obtained from our bio-inspired modifications to the glider. Hence, here is the first baseline model that we simulated as well as fabricated. The CAD model for the straight wing was made in SolidWorks. Gliders generally use the NACA 4 airfoil series, and hence we've used the NACA 4412 airfoil for this model. We've used the loft feature to create the model. To the right, you can see the fabricated model using thermocol. At the end of the video, you'd find the dimensions that we use to build our models that can be used for your reference. You may also use any other glider suitable dimensions. After modeling and simulating the baseline designs, we modeled a new bio-inspired wing, like the albatross wing for the glider. Reasons for choosing albatross-inspired wing have been discussed earlier. Changes were made to the 2D drawing of the straight tapered wing as inspired by the albatross wing, and then making use of sketch picture under sketch tools, and then using the spline tool, the outline of the model was created. This was followed by getting the airfoil cross sections at various spanwise locations, and then using the loft feature to get the new wing design. Using the 2D drawing, the new wing design was fabricated from thermocol. Here, as we can see, for the straight wing, we added a vertical extension at the tip of each wing. That is a winglet with the cant angle 0. For the winglet, we have used NACA 0012 symmetric airfoil cross section, whereas the straight wing is made using NACA 4412 airfoil. Here is the CAD model, and to the right is the fabricated straight wing with winglet that shall be tested to look for results. Here we have blended winglets for the tapered wing. This is the CAD model of the tapered wing with the blended winglets. This is a more efficient way of introducing effective wingspan. Also an aerodynamic method to reduce the drag and improve performance as already mentioned. To the right is the fabrication of the same tapered wing with the winglet, and then it is tested to check for results. As mentioned frequently during modeling, we fabricated our designs from thermocol, gluing parts together, adding support using ice cream sticks, and balancing weight with the help of coins. Seen here is the straight wing. This will be attached to the groove of the fuselage at the center line, which is the construction line. We were only modifying the wing and adding winglets. Hence, the remaining structure is the same. The horizontal and vertical stabilizers, the fuselage, they're same across all our models. This is the horizontal stabilizer that prevents pitching motion, and this is the vertical stabilizer that prevents yawing motion. This is the long and slender fuselage that we created. To prevent it from being nose heavy, we mount our wings at one third the distance from the nose, and the nose is kept blunt for aerodynamic reasons. The wing is mounted on slots that are slanted. So this is at a positive slant, whereas for the tail, the slot is negatively slanted. This allows for an initial angle of attack, which is favorable. This is a side view of the straight wing and a side view of the straight wing when it is mounted on the fuselage. Cutting the straight tapered wing according to the 2D drawing as obtained from the CAD model of the bio-inspired new wing, we get to the albatross-like wing. This is the assembled tail and a side view of the horizontal stabilizer and the vertical stabilizer. They're very small, and hence we only chip off excess thermocol to give them an airfoil-like shape. A close-up view of the straight tapered wing. And now this is the full model as can be seen. At the fuselage, we have a slot. This is determined from the bevel's point. So we balance the glider at the bevel's point, and to balance it in this particular direction, we use coins and determine by variably changing the position of the coin, we determine the point where the glider is stable and we arrive at the position of the slot. This is the model with winglets attached. Like the previous case, this is for the straight wing with winglets at cant angle 0. Once again, you can see the slot with the coin here. And these were the preliminary models. The baseline model of the straight wing without the winglet, the tapered wing, straight tapered wing without the winglet, and then the new model that we came up with, which is an albatross-like wing.
This is the fabricated model of our glider using straight wing using thermocol. This is the top view. Now we will go into from a back view, that is you can see the tail portion and the wings of this glider model. Now we will go from the side. So from the side you can see that we have actually beveled the frontal part of the thermocol sheet and chamfered the end section to make the surface more thinner and smoother, and of course make it airfoil like shape, because initially it was flat plate. We have to make it more airfoil like shape to make it more aerodynamically efficient. And this is the close-up view. You can clearly see the airfoil like shape for that, for the wing. Now we will go into the close view of the tail portion that consists of the vertical and horizontal stabilizer placed nicely at the end section of fuselage. We will now go to a top view from the front. You can see the whole glider model from here. This is the straight wing model. Here are some points to be added regarding this model, that we have actually cut the front section to make a more blunt nose, because initially it was flat, and next we have made blunt nose to make it more aerodynamically efficient. And also we have wrapped the whole surface of the glider using sellotape. The reason for that is, after applying sellotape, you understand, to make the surface more smoother, to reduce the screen friction drag, because we have to make it more aerodynamically efficient, so we have to reduce the drag. One part is screen friction drag, so that is the reason for applying the sellotape over the wrapping of the sellotape over all through the body. And another thing, we have added hot glue to attach all of these modular parts. That is, you already have seen in the fabrication portion that the horizontal stabilizer, vertical stabilizer, wing, fuselage, everything has been attached to the single model using the hot glue. Now next we will also see that how CG is being balanced, and that's it for the straight wing model. Now this is the first modified, that is the wing modified model of our glider design. So here the wing is modified to an albatross shape. So the wing design, you can see from the top view, you can see the wing design, and it is the modified albatross wing, as you know from the initial diagrams that we have presented. And also the other every other aspect, that is as we told in the previous video too, that is using of the horizontal vertical stabilizer, the fuselage, and everything is same. Now here is one striking point, that is you can see and another control surface. Now for every other models we haven't used control surface. Here is an additional control surface added at the end of the horizontal stabilizer. So this is called an elevator. Now addition of this elevator is due to the fact that when initially we are flying with this, I mean that we are trying to flying the albatross wing, it is actually tendency to pitching up. Everywhere we place the CG, it has tendency to pitch up. So what we have planned, that we have added an elevator at the end of the horizontal stabilizer. As you can see, the elevator is deflected downward. So when wind is passing through over it, it is generating a lift above, because the airfoil or that section is deflected downward. So the lift is generated above, and that is generating a counter moment to a pitching up motion. So that is actually stabilizing the whole aircraft, or here the albatross modified glider design. And that is the reason we have added an elevator. So this is one striking point that we haven't used for the other models. This we have to use, and of course it is aerodynamically proved that it is performing better. Other points, again just going through the whole model for that. So other everything is same, the nose shape, the horizontal stabilizer, the wing airfoil shape, everything is same. And that's it for the albatross modified wing design, and this is our first modified wing design. In next you will see some modified wing design, modified winglet design, that is addition of winglet.
Here, we will look at the winglet type 1 prime mounted on the tapered wing. Looking closely, we observe that the section at the tip of the winglet is in the shape of a symmetric airfoil. The section at the root of the winglet is also in the shape of a symmetric airfoil with a greater chord length. As can be observed, the tip chord length of the wing is nearly equal to the root chord length of the winglet. The winglet has been mounted on the wing with the help of pins.
Now using some still photos, I will go through over some other steps regarding the fabrication of this glider wing design. So here we can see that how we are applying the hot glue to this fabricated model. That is, we have made the modular parts for each, that is fuselage is separate model, a separate module, the wing is a separate module, the vertical and horizontal stabilizer separate module. Now in the fuselage made, in the groove made the fuselage, we have to attach all of these modules to make this whole glider aircraft. So how we have done this, we have have added hot glue to. And next part is the most important for a glider making, that is the or any aircraft modeling you have to make, that is the balancing the CG. So here you can see that we have made 2 points using just a ball pen over the wing surface. This is the below the wing surface. You can see the 2 points. So this is actually we have calculated from our geometric data that 30% from the leading edge of the wing is a suitable point for placing the CG. Now this can vary from glider to glider, and of course it varies for our model also. Let's say for different models, for tapered wing it is different, for albatross it is different, but for straight wing as we are presenting here, it is 30% from the leading edge. So we have first marked the CG. Next, what we have done, you can see from here, actually we have tried to balance. I will show in just in the next photo. The glider or the aircraft is actually balanced over 2 pins. You can see the pins is inserted in, I mean here I have used this type of stand to just keep those pins in this distance. The glider is kept over the wings at exactly those 2 points to keep the stable. Now you can see the applied, we have applied a 5 rupees coin at a particular distance in front of the leading edge of the this leading edge of this glider model. So that is actually you are balancing the CG. So keeping that point, that 2 points as the center of gravity, I mean that straight line center of gravity for the glider wing model, actually it is found that the glider is tail heavy. That is, if we want to balance it using not using any coin, it found that the glider is actually tilting backwards. That is, it's actually tail heavy. So now counteract, we have to add another 5 rupees coin, that is an weight in front of it to make it balance. So in this way it is actually CG balanced. Now we have actually applied a rubber band to attach that coin to the glider model. In that way it is being CG balanced. You can see from different view, you can see the pen is in the, this is the back end of the pen. It is not being inserted into the wing. You can, it is gently placed, the wing is placed over it, and also you can see the coin over it to balance the CG. And that's it for the CG balance.
Finally, we conclude the results as obtained from the simulations in ANSYS Fluent and those observed upon flying the fabricated models. Firstly, from the simulations, we indeed find an increase in the aerodynamic efficiency of the Albatros-inspired wing design as compared to the baseline designs. Hence, the Albatros-inspired wing modification proved to be fruitful. On addition of the winglet, the aerodynamic efficiency still increased for both the rectangular wing and the straight tapered wing. However, flying the fabricated models showed that the aerodynamic efficiency improved for the Albatros wing as compared to the straight tapered wing. It also improved for straight wing with winglets over straight wings without winglets. However, tapered wing performance was better without the winglet that was added. Hence, we can conclude that an optimization of the winglet design is needed in case of the tapered wing. The same winglet design does not go well with all the models. Also, based on observations from flying the fabricated models, we see that upon wing modification, the baseline model with straight wing had a higher range and endurance compared to the models with tapered and albatross inspired wings. However, the albatross wing model glided across a greater range than the model with the tapered wing. So, this was a favorable result. Straight wing with the design winglet had better range and endurance than the rectangular wing without the winglet. However, the design winglet for tapered wing did not give favorable results, and different winglet designs must be tested with the tapered wing. As was already mentioned earlier, optimization of the winglet design for the tapered wing is required. With this, we conclude the video. Thank you.